May 24th, 2021, a Mirage F1 adversary jet crashes near Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Good afternoon. Clark County Fire and Metro are on the scene of what appears to be a plane crash. This is happening in northeast Las Vegas by Nellis Air Force Base in the 2200 block of North Christie Lane.
We've learned that the pilot has died of that F-1, which is a French aircraft. No one else was in that plane. The aircraft was owned and operated by Florida-based Draken US. The company.
A little bit more about that Draken facility. They're an adversary, so they basically help with the training of pilots here at Nellis Air Force Base. And so this was a contractor, and this plane did go down in F1, as you mentioned.
This incident occurred on May 24th, or 2/4s. The number 44, as we know, is a reference to Obama. The Mirage F1, which was operated by a contractor, was hired to provide adversarial air support. The name Mirage means a phantasm, which is a deceptive appearance. The word comes from the Greek phantasma, which means to make visible. It is also connected to phanian, which means to show. A mirage is a naturally occurring optical phenomenon in which light rays bend via refraction to produce a displaced image of distant objects or the sky. This connects to the pyramid and prism used on the album cover of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. It should be noted that this album stayed 724 weeks in the Billboard Top 200. 7 + 2 + 4 = 13, the number of rebellion. The record company that released the album was called Harvest, and we know that the harvest represents the end of the world according to Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 through 30 and 36 through 43. The album sleeve, which depicts a prism spectrum, was designed by Storm Thorgerson in response to keyboardist Richard Wright's request for a simple and bold design representing the band's lightning in the album's theme. The word lightning in Hebrew is barak, and again points us to Obama. When asked about his work, Storm said, "I like to mess with reality, to bend reality." This is a reference to the practice of magic. We have seen demonstrations in bending reality in Hollywood movies like Doctor Strange. We also saw examples of this bending of reality in the movie Inception as well. Storm Thorgerson also created art for the Alan Parsons Project. Interestingly enough, the Alan Parsons Project's album, Eye in the Sky, features the instrumental piece called Sirius. Sirius has become a staple of many college and professional sporting arenas throughout North America. It is best known for its use by the Chicago Bulls to introduce its starting lineup during its championship years of the 1990s and is still used today. This means that the Alan Parsons Project is connected to the horned bull god, or Molech, who is a representation of Satan, as number 23, and Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, whose name means who is like God, the fallen one, and who has 6 rings, which is a representation of Saturn in the 6-pointed star, or hexagram, and the 6th king, or Viking. It is important to note that the Alan Parsons Project is a reference to Jack Parsons, an engineer, chemist, and Thelemite occultist. Parsons was the founder of JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratories, and Aerojet Engineering, which also connects to the jet plane that crashed, representing the fallen angel. Parsons was also an adept occultist and follower of Aleister Crowley, who tried to open a portal to hell. In the 1920s and 30s, no universities taught rocketry courses, and there were no government grants allotted to rocketry research. To the public, rockets were pure science fiction. They were a phantasm or figment of the imagination. However, Jack Parsons bent reality and manifested this product of fantasy into the real world. Parsons formed a group with 3 of his friends called the Suicide Squad, a ragtag group of rocketry enthusiasts whose volatile experiments threatened to kill them. This connects to the movie Suicide Squad, which is about a group of metahumans whose purpose was to save the world from the apocalypse.
Gentlemen, ladies, what if Superman had decided to fly down, rip off the roof of the White House, grab the president right out of the Oval Office? Who would have stopped him?
The apocalypse is the uncovering or revelation of Yah's judgment on a wicked world. So, to be clear, the Suicide Squad was actually formed with the intention of fighting against the second coming of the Most High and his angels. Notice the character El Diablo, or the devil, throws up the pyramid hand sign on fire with the all-seeing eye in the midst of it. This is the Delta, which represents 55 and connects back to Barack Obama and his connection to the Deltas, which is a symbol for change. It also represents the Scarlet Woman, who rides the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns.